Now, are there concerns that protesters may come back and they're not done causing these disruptions?
Yeah, most definitely. That is the main concern in the immediate future for police here, which, after all of the drama of the last week, it ended sort of with a whimper. About 30 arrests, about 12 cars were eventually towed. Great patience and restraint on the part of police, who just basically waited out the protesters for a couple of days before moving them all out. But now the challenge is going to be keeping that corridor open, because the bridge, when you get off on the Canadian side, it's about 3 miles of surface streets till you hit the next highway, and there's lots of areas where they can protesters have said they're going to get in. They're going to try to slow things down. There's still a very heavy police presence along this route, trying to keep anyone who moves in there moving along and not letting anyone stop, basically. So it's going to have to continue for a while, because you have protests, border protests across Canada as well. Several other locations across Canada, much smaller border crossings than this one, and they don't pack nearly the economic punch as the closing of the border crossing here. But other protests in Canada still going on, and obviously in Ottawa as well, where protesters have taken over Parliament Hill there and refusing to leave, and maybe some will leave and then they don't. So there's a lot of fighting going on among the protesters themselves. This started off as an anti-vaccine protest, and it was anti-mandate. Now it's sort of generically anti-government, all wrapped in this sort of notion or the guise of freedom. Whatever that means to these individuals, basically they want exactly what they want, which is all those restrictions gone, so that because they believe that they're just not necessary to the public at large.